Holy crap! I found the rarest game, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Hey guys, I'm Up and Nimbus. Today I want to talk about rare and expensive Nintendo Switch games that you may have in your collection. Now, just a disclaimer, I want to mention that these are standalone copies of Nintendo Switch games. We will not be covering limited editions or collector's editions. So without further ado, let's get into 10 Nintendo Switch games that are worth adding to your collection because they are super rare to find. So the first game on this list I want to talk about is Shin Megami Tensei III Nocturne. SMT III was released back in May of 2021. As far as I can tell, at least here in Australia, it's quite a difficult game to find brand new and also pretty difficult to find secondhand. And knowing the track record with SMT games in general, these games are usually very rare. They sell out pretty quickly, they don't hang around too long, and reprints of Atlus games in general just aren't a thing that happens unless they're super duper popular, such as the Persona games. At the moment with Shin Megami Tensei 3, the prices are still quite affordable, at least worldwide. Still, for a brand new price, you can get this game for about $60 AUD if you get it imported. However, the Australian rated copy of this game, brand new at least, you are looking at anywhere over $100, which is more than what it released for initially back in 2021. So it is to be expected that a game like SMT is something that is rare and worth money. Okay, for number 2 on this list, we have another Atlus game with Catherine Full Body. And the whole premise with the game is that there are two girls, both named Catherine, and the main character Vincent is torn between whether he should go with Catherine starting with a C or Catherine starting with a K. But with Catherine Full Body, they actually introduce a third girl by the name of Rin, and she's quite an enigma, I'll tell you that. You can still get Catherine Full Body brand new for around $60 to $70. However, if you want the official Australian rated copy of this game, you are looking at from anywhere up to $130 plus. That is brand new and sealed for this game as an Australian rated copy. So it definitely has a little bit more value than Shin Megami Tensei 3 does, also because it's a little bit older than SMT 3. So once again, if you are a fan of Atlus games and you want to be invested in a really cool, unique story that you can't find anywhere else, I highly recommend Catherine Full Body. Okay, so third on this list, we have Knights of Azure 2 Bride of the New Moon. This game, I am going to admit, does not run the greatest on the Nintendo Switch. I've only played a little bit of the game when it first released, and it was very choppy and laggy, at least in handheld mode. I didn't get much of a chance to play it in docked mode. Now, in regards to how much this game is actually worth, when I looked online, the worldwide prices at least were about $80 AUD. I couldn't tell if that was brand new or secondhand, or if you do want the Australian copy with the Australian rating, for whatever reason, our prints are always the most expensive, you are looking up to somewhere around the $150 mark. It's a bit of a steep price, but I'll tell you what, it gets steeper from here. Alrighty, so number 4 in this list, we have Ys 8 Lacrimosa of Dana. I highly recommend this game, and yes, it does run fairly well for the Nintendo Switch. Not perfect, but it does get the job done, and it is an absolute gem of an action JRPG. It's sort of similar to Knights of Azure 2, where the base sort of price you can currently get it for is around $80 Australian. However, it does sort of jump up to $150 plus, with more extreme cases asking for $170 plus. Yeah, it's something that is starting to climb the ranks a bit. Now, I could not pass off this game because I'm a massive fan of the franchise. Of course, we had to include Xenoblade Chronicles 2. No surprise that Xenoblade has a track record history of becoming hard to find titles. We are looking at about a minimum base price of $90 up to somewhere around $160 to $170. That's depending if the game is sealed and brand new. You will notice that on this list there are quite a number of RPGs that we are going through, but that's because RPGs are always the games that seem to have the smallest print runs, especially in the Western world. Okay, so this one is a little bit interesting because I wouldn't normally consider a Super Mario Bros. Game to be rare, and it all stems back to when Nintendo initially released the game both physically and digitally. However, they have now taken down Mario 3D All-Stars from the eShop, and the only way that you can now get this collection is if it's a physical copy, therefore increasing and inflating the price exponentially. We're currently looking at about $80. I'm gonna assume assumed is a pre-owned price, $80 pre-owned pricing. Otherwise, if it is a brand new sealed copy, we're looking at around $200+. That is also especially for the Australian rated copy. I don't think we're going to be getting second or third print runs for these games anytime soon. AI The Somnium Files is one exquisite gem. This is a visual novel with puzzle and psychological elements. So if you are a fan of the Zero Escape series, which includes games like Virtue's Last Reward and Zero Time Dilemma, then this game is for you, because I believe it is from the same developers and also published with Access Games. Secondhand prices are roughly around $110 minimum Australian, and it's going up to anywhere between $160 to $170 brand new and sealed. It's a very rare and a very niche game, and if you can somehow find this game for less than $110 Australian, please do everything in your power to get it. You will not regret it. Okay, so number 8 on this list is The Alliance Alive HD Remastered. Atlus originally published the game for 3DS, but the Switch version was published by NIS America. I think it's a spiritual successor to The Legend of Legacy. I don't know if it's a direct sequel, but it's definitely part of that sort of similar universe. The minimum is about $100 secondhand, and when it comes to brand new prices, it is getting close to the $200 mark, sitting at around $180. So yes, this is yet another JRPG that is perfect for any Switch collector and JRPG enthusiast. If you have this game in your collection, kudos to you, because I don't know when you would ever see it again. Okay, and finally at number 9, we have Atelier Ryza, Ever Darkness, and The Secret Hideout. Now, to be fair, I will admit that all 3 Atelier Ryza games for the Nintendo Switch are actually pretty damn hard to find, but it is the original game of this trilogy that is the most rarest to come across. So obviously, being the second last game on this list, the price is very, very intimidating. We are looking at pre-owned prices from $120 as a base minimum, all the way up to $300 plus Australian, brand new and sealed. And the scary thing is, there's pre-owned copies that people are trying to sell for about $200. So getting it for $120 is not too bad, if I were to be honest. But still, very, very heavy investment. If this is money that you are willing to spend, by all means, go out and get this game and add it to your collection. Otherwise, you'll just have to be patient to find it for a much cheaper price. Now, I think a lot of people won't find this one as a surprise, and that of course is Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Expansion Torna the Golden Country. I knew that this game was going to be rare. We all knew that, but I had no idea how rare and expensive Torna the Golden Country was actually going to turn out to be. Minimum secondhand prices for Torna the Golden Country are around $150 Australian. Jesus Christ, and that's considering it's even in a moderately good condition. And when we jump up to what a brand new sealed copy of this game is, oh boy, if you have a spare $400 laying around, then this game can be yours brand new. But that is one of the most extreme prices I came across. I'm sure you can probably get it for about $100 cheaper for maybe about $300 brand new sealed, maybe even around $250 brand new sealed. And mind you, this is the initial print copy I have, and also the Australian rated copy. Having those two things doubled up makes it even more expensive than what it should be. So that was 10 Nintendo Switch games that you might own in your physical Switch collection. What do you personally think of the prices that I came across? Do you agree with the prices that I found for both pre-owned and brand new? I'd also love to start a discussion and talk about what other Nintendo Switch games you think are rare and worth adding to one's collection. So until the next time, I will catch you on the flip side.